Hello, good morning. I hope that you are all keeping well. In the United Kingdom today, it has been announced that our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has tested positive for coronavirus. It is all very concerning. But I want to bring some sunshine into your lives today by sharing with you a sampler that means a great deal to me. And this sampler would have meant a great deal to other people during its lifetime. The sampler was acquired at auction some time ago, and it came from the collection of Paul Reeves, who is quite a notable collector of textiles, and he is, I believe, an antique dealer. The sampler was stitched in 1941, so it's not dreadfully old, but 1941 was in the height of the Second World War. And in the Second World War, it was impossible to buy embroidery supplies, and particularly by 1941, this country was really struggling with rationing. And whoever stitched this, and I think that it was probably more than one person. I just have this sense about it. There's no name on it, but there is a year. And because there's no name on this, I think that this was a collective effort. It may have been young children in a school, or it could be a group of women that belonged to like the Women's Institute, or some sort of gathering of women. Maybe it was a village project, and everybody brought supplies and worked on the sampler. The figures in the sampler I initially thought were all Europeans. The people have different facial expressions, or different facial features, and they're all wearing different costumes. But every now and again you look at one, and this gentleman in particular has a slight look of the Orient, so I don't know if it's costumes from around the world, but to me I think this is European costumes. And whoever stitched it and putting all these different people from different countries together in one piece of work, they were bringing people together. And at this time, I think this is a very important time for us all to come together to offer each other a support network. So that's why I chose this sampler today. It is one that I would very much like to reproduce. And every time I walk past it in my home, I think, oh, I must start. I just haven't got round to it. It's a fun sampler. I love the movement in it. You have this group of young girls dancing, maybe doing some Highland dancing with those socks and sort of soft shoes. We have a granny winding wool. I remember sitting with my grandmother doing this as she sort of skeined up rolls of wool. Let's have a look together. As you can see, it's a very low count fabric that this has been stitched on, and when it's reproduced and stitched on higher count, this will become a much more manageable size. Gosh, this is heavy. Let's see if I can keep on going, holding it. Isn't that lovely? Oops. So much movement in this sampler. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed having a look at that. It's a great sampler. We're keeping well. I'm very lucky with my husband. He is my best friend. We love spending time together. We never get fed up of things to talk about. So, you know, we're fine for company. Food seems to occupy our thoughts constantly. You know, making sure our supplies last, and planning meals. And I'm really surprised how long it takes to sort of plan a meal and to get the best out of the supplies that we've got. We're eating actually more than we normally do, and we're doing less exercise than we normally do. I can see at the end of this it's going to be either get some new clothes or lose some weight, but that's something that we can think about at a later date. Stitching wise, I posted a photograph of my stitching progress last night. Progress is slow. I can't seem to settle and concentrate, and the phone's going a lot, and I seem to be talking an awful lot to different people, which I enjoy, and maybe I'm just not having such solid times of concentration to actually stitch. It was really funny. When I was walking yesterday, I took Bertie out at the end of the afternoon, and we just sort of popped down through the garden, out onto the coast path and round to the next headland, and he played on the beach. Whilst he was playing and I was gazing out to sea, some things came to me into my mind about one of the samplers I'm reproducing. So I came home and I sat down and I wrote out that sampler's story. So that was a productive thing. And then really the only other things I did yesterday, besides thinking about food, was hoovering and dusting and tackling a cupboard. So I suppose I really did achieve yesterday. It just doesn't seem like it. It's so important to have structure to the day, and of course I'm totally out of my routine. But now I'm starting to waffle, so now will probably be a good time to say to you, stay safe, stay well, and until the next time, bye-zy bye.